as we start off the list, I want to start off with Evan McPherson. He's the kicker for the Cincinnati Bengals at $4,000. Same deal here as with Matt Gay on the Rams. Only a large field GPP play for me. I'm not going to roster kickers in single entry or cash lineups. Just doesn't seem real profitable. CJ Uzomah, still questionable to play. He's at 4,400. We'll have a better idea on him by Saturday's final thoughts. Joe Burrow, 10,600, has upside if this becomes a shootout. Look, guys, these Super Bowl games are... Look, every playoff game this year has been super competitive other than the Philly and Tampa Bay game. All the games have been close, down to the last play almost, and most. And the Pittsburgh and Kansas City game. That was awful. But, yeah, other than that, all these games have been super close. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Joe Burrow finds a way to keep this game close. That's not the way I'm going. I'm going with the Rams, but Joe Burrow has an opportunity to keep this game competitive. I wouldn't sleep on it. That's why you play 150 lineups, guys, because you could be wrong on your tape. And Showdown's really all about game script, in my opinion. And I really do think the Rams are the favorites, but I really do think Joe Burrow has a shot at keeping this competitive. And you move on to the Bengals defense, 3,200. I don't like them as much as the Rams defense, but hey, take a couple shots on them in the 150 lineup, say if you're playing that many. T. Higgins, 7,600. Decent price. As we get down to Boyd, Higgins, and Chase. These are our next three topics, and I'm just going to talk about them all at one time. If I had to rank my favorite receivers in order out of these three, Boyd would be number one because of the price point. T. Higgins would be number two because of the price point. I think Jamar Chase is just a little too expensive on this slate. And that's saying a lot because these prices are pretty nice. They were a little lenient with these prices for the Super Bowl. And I think that honestly could end up making Jamar Chase a good leverage play. It's only Monday. But we could see ownership drop on Chase. Right now, I believe he's the highest owned out of the three. But I think a lot of people are going to go towards Tyler Boyd because of the price point. One of the best values on the slate. T. Higgins is a decent price, but $10,400 for Jamar Chase, I just don't see how you get there. He's going to be covered by Jalen Ramsey a lot, I think. Jalen Ramsey doesn't shadow, and it's not going to help if Burrow can't get the ball out of his hands because the D-line is just smashing him. But, it's something to keep an eye on with ownership. So keep that in mind as we get closer to Sunday. Focus on the ownership when it comes to these three receivers. Joe Mixon, 9,600. I think he's going to go overlooked as well. He's done a lot for this team, and it's just not getting much love right now. Low ownership for him could be very interesting, especially if Joe Burrow is trying to get that ball out quick. What better way than get it to Joe Mixon, who's just going to be right next to him. Definitely something to consider, something to think about as we get closer to Sunday. We'll dive into that a little bit more on our final thoughts video. But yes, I do have interest in Joe Mixon. Mike Thomas, $200. Large field GPP play only. And then Samaje Perine, $2,400. Only a large field GPP play. But yeah, I think my favorite play out of these list of players is Tyler Boyd. And the depending on the ownership, when we get closer, Jamar Chase could be a great leverage play. But as of right now, Tyler Boyd looks like my favorite play on the Bengals. Now let's go ahead and move on to my showdown first look small field GPP lineup.